All right. Well, hey, Don Juan. Glad you can make it. You have to let me know if everything sounds okay. We should be over. There we go. Dun dun dun. Mike's good. Sounds good. All right. All right. So we are playing as Shifting Spirit today. Yeah, it's our little Native American girl that we've been watching grow up from a little girl. Well, she's 19 years old, so she's not a little girl. But as you can see, where she has her horse, she actually has a small little camp here. And I do mean small. She's got her fireplace, she's got her tanning rack. The bowl is just for decoration. And then around here is her little sleeping pallet, which is what we're working on today. We're going to try and upgrade her little sleeping pallet to something at least with a cover on it to protect her from the rain. Hey, Raven. Welcome to the stream. So that's the objective for today, is to raise enough money either by hunting and herbing or herbing and hunting, because she is a herbalist. But to get enough, scrape it together enough money to get her some kind of a little shelter to go over her poor little head. Now, if you've been keeping up with the streams, you know, I'm a quarter Cherokee, so Shifting Spirit is based on that aspect of my life. So she is so much fun to play. Let me just get something here. Da-da-da. Now, she does speak, of course, I'm Cherokee, but Shifting Spirit speaks Sioux Dakota, or Sioux Lakota, sorry. So sometimes when she gets excited, the names of animals comes out in that language. And then she has to explain what she means. Like, for instance, if someone asked what this was, she would tell them it was a Sankawakan, which is, no, Sank-a-wakan. But it's not pronounced Sunk, it's pronounced Sunk, so it's Sankawakan. Means horse. Her hawk is a cheta, because cheta means hawk. So if you're ever watching the streams and you hear her using those terms, you know that it's the name of an animal, and she doesn't know the English version. She has learned the white man's economy thanks to people teaching her. It was actually Jebediah Miller, the first person that ever bought something from her, that taught her that stuff has value, because she's used to a barter system. You trade. But now she's figured out things have value, and you can get the white man's paper for your stuff, and then use that paper to buy other stuff. And then a nice little couple that gave her her hawk, taught her how to lie. So that's always a good skill to have, I guess. Because remember, if you don't tell them the whole truth, it's still not a lie. You just left out part of it. But that's what they taught her. Instead of telling people she was banished from her tribe just wanted her to go on a spirit journey by herself. It sounds a lot better that way, don't it? Instead of, hey, you got kicked out of your tribe because you wouldn't marry the son of the chief. But now that same couple also gave her an improved bow. So she actually has an upgraded bow now. So she's even more deadly while not hitting stuff. Yes. Just because you have a big bad weapon doesn't mean you can hit things. But now she's gonna go, let's see. She's gonna go and find out, actually, let's see how much money she does have. Because remember, she's paid for this camp. She's paid for all of this stuff. She won't accept gifts. So the couple that gave her the hawk, she eventually got up a big stash of berries and took it and gave it to them. But all the money she's earned is from selling the stuff she gathered. So anyone that says they can't make money in any game, yeah, you're just not trying. But and she's fully upgraded her camp. She's got Telegram, she's got a cash box, storage, everything. So right now in her cash box, she's got $226. Now she has spent, let's see, 700, close to 2,000, and still got that much left over. That's pretty good for somebody that, you know, when you get new players say, I can't make money, it's too hard. No, you just don't want to put the work in to get it. Because if you find something, like her job's herbalism, means she picks all the time. If she comes across a berry, she's picking it. So let's go see how much a little tent is from Miss Your Gut. Means we are going to be traveling over to Alephany, right over here, a little running man, and we're going to see what Gus will charge for some kind of a little tent, so that she can at least, you know, when she's asleep and it's raining, she's not drowning. And of course, her camp is literally, if you see the train tracks there coming from the Jewel Land, Emerald Ranch, to the Iron Horse Cave, the train tunnel, that's the Iron Horse Cave to her. It's that big tree. I mean, it's literally so obvious that most people would never see it. Because how many times do you actually look that way? If you've ever played Red Dead, and most of the time you're running the train tracks from town to town, you never look up, you're looking ahead. But it is between the jeweled land and the black sticky water, oil. But her English has also not gotten any better. I think she's reached the point that her broken English is going to be about as good as she'll ever do. And it's fun to play that. Right over here to Gus. Now, depending on what size we're going to buy for her camp, of course, affects the amount. But you gotta remember, she doesn't worry about, you know, big, lavish, expensive stuff. Her view on life is necessity. So need outweighs want. Plus, she's not greedy yet. Somebody may teach her to be greedy, but right now she's not. And that's one of the fun things that I've had playing this particular character. Like Ainurauco, the white-haired lady, she's pretty much set in stone the way I play her because of all the mystery videos. So she has certain personalities, certain mannerisms. Rosalind is a completely psychotic criminal, and she's a very open book for like walking on the darker side of the fence line. Yeah, I get to have fun with that. Whereas shifting, her entire personality, thought process, mannerisms, is all being written by people she meets. Because if you watch the stream, you know she had a little bit of a base story, and that was it. I blank slated her as far as personality and everything, other than being a little bit skittish because of the white man. But the way she acts and interacts with people is being crafted by everybody she meets. So every time she meets someone, they're going to teach her something, and that's going to come out in her personality. Like the ability to lie. Are you having a great day? Yes, I am. Maybe having a terrible day, but she knows how to lie. And I'm still trying to get over my cold, so I apologize if I cough in the microphone. Hey guys! Or as she would say, Han guys, me look see what tent you have? So kept tent, that was easy. And the reason she says Han, and not How, is in the Sioux Lakota language, How is a term used only by male. It's a masculine hello. Han, H-A-N, is a feminine hello. So she would never say how because she's a girl. Alright, so we got a simple lean-to. Got a little standard tent. You got your upgraded standard tent. Large furnished and unfurnished. Now that's the bounty one. The bounty hunter's tent from online. So that's a large tent. And then you got your large netted. Those are way too big for her. Because her location, for one, couldn't house it without giving away her location. So she would either have a lean-to, what I'm thinking she's going to get. She could go the standard tent or the upgraded standard. See, that's a standard size. That's a larger. And that's a medium size. Medium size would be plenty for her. That's what she wants to get. I don't know. Do we have any money on this? I think I keep it all in her box. She's got 50 cents. So we've got enough money. So let's ride back to camp. And outdoor. And get our money, because she does not travel with money on her. Because I keep waiting for somebody to rob her. So, you got lassoed Don instead of the guy they were chasing? Wow. But leave it to the law enforcement in Valentine. Yeah, and for those that don't know why that is significant, right now in the DRB, all mask permits have been revoked. So no one has a mask permit. And anyone wearing a mask that goes in town gets either, you gotta take off the mask or leave town. And if you refuse both, you get jail time. Because it's illegal to wear a mask unless you have a permit. So it's kind of causing quite a stir between the law and the outlaws. I know Rosalind's getting mixed up and all that because she wears a mask. So yeah, that's kind of significant. Alright, we're just gonna cut straight across here. I know, yesterday, when I was playing Rosalind in Blackwater, and, Rosalind has a habit right now of just hanging out in towns, not causing any trouble. Usually, she'll find a newbie that's just started playing and try to help them out, answer any questions they've got. She helped somebody out yesterday in Blackwater for about an hour, answering every question they had about, and how to set things up, help them set up their voice mod, all that stuff. And may or may not have been playing body tag with one of the deputies by leaving dead bodies on the sheriff's court. But that's not the point. But one cop asked her to take her mask off, and of course Rosalind being Rosalind, I was riding SRB, just ride by. They're like, "Hey, you're gonna take that mask off?" I was like, "Yeah, not gonna happen." Didn't even stop, just kept right on going. Rosalind's not gonna take her mask off ever. They'll have to pry it off with a crowbar after she's cold and dead. So after that, I went to the marketplace and was just doing some shopping, trying to spread some money to some players around. 5 of them on horses rolled up on her. So, and the one that spoke to me wasn't the original one that spoke to me, it was a new one. They're like, miss? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, you're gonna have to, do you have a permit for that mask? Nope. You're gonna have to take it off. Nope. And they're just, I guess it caught them off guard because I was ready for it. And they're like, why not? It's like, because I'm fixing to get on that horse right there and ride out of town, and you can't stop me from riding out of town, and you can't make me take the mask off if I am. And they're like, well, get on out of here. So I got on Rosalind, or got on Cerebus, and I was literally riding about the speed that 15 is right now, the entire way out of town. They're like, could you hurry up? I was like, I'm leaving town, ain't I? Yeah. You didn't say how fast. You can't change the rules now. But yeah, Rosalind is just that kind of attitude that's just looking for trouble, and people know that. Alright, let's go ahead and pull, we're gonna pull $100 out. Alright? Yeah, since shifting has figured out that the white man's paper has high value and people are willing to, rob you to get it, she doesn't keep any money on her. So if she does get robbed, they're gonna get a quarter. Or a nickel or something. They're not gonna get a whole dollar. Oh, and she did teach, the last stream she did teach the gentleman, the husband of that nice couple, how to say farewell in her language. Because the Lakota do not have a word for goodbye. The word goodbye does not exist in their language. So, and the word goodbye is kind of like, it's actually supposed to mean a final farewell. We use it for everything when we're leaving, like, bye, goodbye, like that. But it's actually originally was meant as a final farewell you said to someone you were never ever going to see again. So the Lakota don't have that. So they have a word for farewell. It's a taxa aki. So taxa aki means farewell or see you later. So she got to teach that to him, which was nice. And a lot of people don't know about Wapiti Reservation and the Wapiti Indians. There is a word in Lakota that means, Hexaca, which means elk. Wapiti also means elk, but there is in reference to the spirit deity elk, not just a regular everyday elk. So the Wapiti Indians actually are named after the elk deity, or the spirit elk, as they call it. So a little fun fact there for you. I actually discovered all of that while I was doing the series that I did on the Wapiti Indians. And the fact that they're still, the Indians didn't go to Canada, they went to Mexico, or to New Austin. And I think we may actually go and try to find her a new horse companion today. Because she doesn't believe in owning an animal. They come into her life for a little bit and then leave whenever they get good and well ready. So she can't force Runs with Wind to stay with her. So she may get her another friend. So I did see a solid black Turcoman the other day up around Emerald. And there is rumored to be a gold one with a metallic sheen, just like the rare body. So that may be one she goes after. Alright, let's get her a tent. We want it to be small so that it fits under the tree without destroying the tree, because too big a one will make the tree disappear. We don't want to do that. So I think just a regular little lean-to will be more than enough. Alright, so she now has shelter. So, get off of there. So her basic necessities are took care of. Mm-hmm. I'm not entirely sure if that person was going to rob me or was just waiting to make sure I was okay. You never know nowadays. Yes, yeah, hey Alex, glad you can make it. Yeah, this is a Limpany. Now you know if in story mode and in official online mode, this town is completely burnt out. But here in the DRB, they have actually rebuilt the town. Somewhat. I mean, you know, you can still tell that it was burnt. But I mean, you got the wood, you got that, you got the doctor's office right there, the saloon. But yeah, they rebuilt all of this, but still tried to keep it somewhat, you know, messed up. See, the saloon actually looks good in here, but you can tell if you know the original town, then you can look and see where they've air quote fixed it. It's like all of that's burnt, right? But then you get right over in here and notice these are new plank walls. So they made it look like it was actually rebuilt, not just, you know, thrown together. So they did a really good job rebuilding the town. See, like right here, you see this wall right here? See how those planks look brand new, but they've blended them into the original? So that it looks like that they didn't necessarily replace all of the wood, burnt wood. They just replaced what was actually broken. So if it was still functional, they left it. You can see right there. But they did leave like the ceiling boards cracked out and stuff. I love that they did that because whoever owned this saloon probably lost everything in the fire, so they just had to rebuild it with whatever they could get their hands on. And that's the way they wanted the town to look. See, there's the lodging, and of course the sheriff's office, and of course the old jail cell, which I love this right here. I love this building. So yeah. So yeah, this is the town of Limpany as it exists in Dakota River Bend. Yeah, whoever did the designing and work on this town did a great job of trying to keep it like the original town, but only making it look like it'd been repaired, not completely build a whole new town right here. Alright, but we've got our tent now, so let's make our way back over. And we can put our tent down over our bed so that we're not getting rained on. And as so far, of course, she has not seen or been approached by any other Native American. So as far as she knows, she's heard about some, but she's not seen them. So as far as she knows, those are ghost stories, and she's the only one in the county. So it's going to be fun whenever she actually does meet another Native American. Are they going to hate each other? Are they going to get along? Are they going to put up with each other? Because in certain tribes did not like other certain tribes. I have a very, very good IRL friend who is, he's half Apache. I'm a quarter Cherokee. We should hate each other. We don't. That's old tradition. But in 1899, they would have killed me. Flat out. Would not even thought about it. I have run into that before and that hurt. That cracking and stuff. Now, we may go adventuring a little bit because she has been told that up in Canada, which is really, really far for her to be going, but up in Canada there's some really good hunting. She is still way too skittish to go out that far by herself. but we may go, she heard about an Indian tribe up around Manzanita Post. So as we get her camp taken care of, because that was the primary objective today, was to get her some shelter. Today was a very low goal day. Not going to set a big goal, but we're going to go up around Manzanita Post, see if that Indian tribe might be up there. Again, you know, they might try to kill her. Especially if they find out she was banished from her tribe. That's like we talked about in other streams. That's like a really big dishonor. Hey Jason, yes, you got it pretty good. It's Ainurauco. Or actually Ainurauco. No, it's Ainurauco. No, it's Ani. Yeah, I'm just confusing. It's yeah, my name is Romanian. AINU means angel. RAUCO means demon. So my name is actually Angel Demon, and it's Ainurauco. Or Ani. Everybody just calls me Ani. But hey Jason, glad you can make it. Aww, you didn't have to look at your notes and say my name. Thank you. That's awesome. That is so awesome. And I didn't have to look at my notes to say your name either. Oh, you're fine, Don. You're fine, Don. Yeah, definitely fill out a ticket on that guy. But yeah, this is Shifting Spirit. She's the one that I usually stream just because I can play her more casual. Rosalind is way chaotic. Super chaotic. And Ani is the one that I use for all my investigations for white hair here on YouTube. So she comes out during the videos. And I have streamed her once or twice. But we did just get done. And like I said, I apologize everybody. I still have a cold that's getting to me a little bit. I have noticed people doing that. Jonathan Winters. Yeah. Or Jason Winters. Yes. There's no S on winter. And besides, if you had more than one winter, wouldn't that be called another season? So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up that little basket right there. Like I said, she does have a fully upgraded camp now. No, wait a minute. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think oh, you know what? Hold on, let's look. Yes, I've got 4 items, so I can leave the little basket. Yeah. Well, think about this though. Wouldn't it be weird if they said Jason's winter? Like it had an apostrophe S on the end of the first name, and winter, it was your winter, so anybody that got cold, it was because of you. You know what, we're gonna go ahead and pick up the little bedroll first, and then that way I can place it back in the tent. There we go. And why did it... No, I'm not even gonna ask. My fire, every time I leave and come back, my fire disappears. Oh, Mr. Summers and Mr. Winter. So that would be like opposing forces on the opposite sides of the season. Right, so I want the little tent to go in that little spot right there without destroying all the herbs. Oh, and if you notice, I still have that fish sandwich. I'm hanging on to that fish sandwich. I like it. Alright, so, where did he go? Well, then it can't put it down. What? Okay, you know what? We're gonna put the little camp right there then. Fine. I forgot that the smaller the camp, the smaller radius. Alright, have a good one, Don. We will see you tomorrow. Or later tonight, depends. There we go. Oh, that's okay. That's gonna turn out kind of decent. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Actually, it's the first time I've ever seen one. Oh yeah, yeah. And little shifting spirit here has a cheetah, a hawk. Like I was explaining, she uses Luke's Lakota language. So sometimes she will say things in her native language when she gets excited or doesn't know what to say. So she has a cheetah, which means hawk. It does a lot of hunting when I have time. You know what, we're gonna just, I don't know if I can get it any further over without it going into the tree. Actually, that looks good. Maybe it's probably gonna delete these bushes here on the right side, but that's okay. I know that it's gonna do that, so I'm gonna just move it over. And did I get it far enough down? That's too far. And make sure the hooks are in the ground. And if you're ever in the DRB and you're placing, excuse me, and you're placing items down, find the spot that you want it to go, and then tap down one time. Sometimes it might be 2 times, depending. Because when you place an item, it's automatically going to bump it up 1 notch. So if you've got it right where you want it and you place it, it's going to bump it up 1 and it might stick out of the ground. So always bump it down 1 extra and then it'll put it right where you want it. Let's see here. Gonna delete that bush? Yep, figured you was. That's okay, because that looks good right there. See, I can still get to my camp. I've got my deluxe fire, which I may move the fire a little bit over down this way. But let's put our bait in so we've got somewhere to actually put it in. But yeah, having a fishing bird, I know you keep like stacks and stacks of fish sandwiches on you at all times. So yeah, that's definitely got to help out. But yeah, she hasn't eaten that sandwich yet. She's saving it for a special occasion. Because that was a gift. So that holds special. It's just food, I know. But to her, that was a gift. Nourishment, free nourishment without having to hunt for it, is a gift to her. Alright, so we want to figure out first where in the heck this thing is. There it is. Okay. Came out of the ground. Okay, good, good. Go ahead and spin that around. Oh, nope. There we go. Alright, lower that down. Right about there. Yes. Okay, that's sticking way up out of the ground. Yeah, I have heard that too. And quite honestly, if that was a thing, that would really ruin it for me. Having to eat and drink is almost too much for me. Gotta remember, I came from official where that wasn't a thing. So it's kind of hard having to watch at first. Once I got used to it though, I loved it. But if I make a whole stack of like 30 steaks and then log out for an hour and log back in and those steaks are now ruined, yeah, no, not gonna play that. Because it is a video game, after all, so there does have to be a little bit of something that says, hey, it's a game, we're gonna let you get away with this. Now, there is a Native American bed that she can make, and that is something we will be working towards later. There we go. Finally, it lights up. Okay, we're going to spin this around. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, especially for you. Because you're a traveling chef, so you have to keep stock made up at all times, because I've watched your streams. There will be people that'll see you right into town, and you get swamped. Like, oh, you're here, we want this, we need 200 of this, we need 300 of that. Well, by the time you finish all the orders you get, the food you first cooked may already be ruined. And that would just, no. There we go. And we're going to place it right there. Oh yeah, that worked perfect. I like that. Where's my fire? Okay, there's my fire. So, she now has, now remember, she started with nothing but the clothes on her back, a bow, and a knife. That was it when she came to county. That was it. And of course, the $100. Because we spent $25 making her outfit. So she literally started with $100, a bow, a knife, and the outfit she had on. First thing she did was go out and meet runs with Wind. No, couldn't even afford a saddle or nothing. Just put a bridle on him, and from that has now, she's you can see here, she's got plenty of food. Because she's a herbalist. So she's got plenty of food made up. She's got a fish sandwich. Yeah, and those aren't cheap. Okay, so they're not as expensive as I'm saying, but it was a gift from Jonathan Cooper, the traveling chef here in DRB. He's got stacks. I mean, she has got tons of stuff in her storage. Tanning rack. So not bad for somebody that they throw it away to not make it to die. They basically banished her from her land, throwed her out to die, and now she's got all of this, which for her is like she's living like a prince as far as she's concerned. But all right, we do need to check on maybe getting that turquoise that exists out here. Ooh, I better hide that egg. Johnson Cooper finds out I have a chicken egg, he'll want to buy it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Winter. I have no clue where I got that egg from, by the way. It just showed up in my bag one day while I was out. Alright, first thing we're going to do is back out of that and get away from the horse. Oh, we gotta eat. I'm not... Look away from the horse shifting, thank you. It is definitely not an operator error when it does exactly what I tell it to do. Alright, but we are going to go and see if we can take a gander and find that turquoise. And see if we can tame it. And if not, we're probably going to head up towards, like I said, Manzanita Post. We can always stop by Cumberland Falls, where the nice people live at. They have more than once invited her out there for hunting. And we'll either find the turquoise or there is a breeding ground out here at Emerald for Missouri Foxtrotter. And I know on Ainurauco I captured the black turquoise. It's out here at Emerald. And I break horses and tame them on Ainurauco. That's how she makes her money. And it sold for $140. And I could have stabled it for $138. So I sold it. Did I turn on her herb? No, I did not turn on her special site. Because herbalists get this nice little menu. Of course, herbalists can craft talismans, tea bags, elixirs, bars of soap for some reason, and a lot of Native American stuff. That's why I took herbalist on her for that specific reason. Because that's what she wants to make, but 2 log bundles, and she doesn't know anybody to ask for to get those at the moment. So she may never have one of those. But we need to turn on her special sight so that she can now see herbs that she's riding around. I love that herbalists can do that, whereas an average player can't, because that's the bonus for being a herbalist. Oh, I love herbalism because while I'm out hunting to get food or exploring or whatever, I can just turn that on and gather herbs kind of passively. So I make it fun. If all I did was log in and ride around for hours looking for herbs, it's gonna get boring. But if you mix, like with her, I mix hunting in with it. So I'm constantly hunting, and as I ride past the herb, I just grab it and go. But that's not her main focus. So yeah, I could see that. It's kind of like mining, because Rosalind is a miner, and you literally stand in one spot hitting 2 buttons for ever how long you can stand it. So yeah, if you're not watching a movie or something to keep yourself entertained, that would get boring really quick. Because Rosalind listens to the phonograph in her head of all the shows and stuff she's seen in her life. She remembers them and listens to them. Yeah, I watch movies. And of course, I definitely believe in using clear sight. Because basically you squint your eyes and to block out any shadows, and it makes everything clearer. However you want to explain it. And she was Shifting Spirit being used to be, the daughter of the medicine man of the tribe. That's where she learned about all herbs and can spot them so easily, because she was taught to. Now, eventually, somebody's going to have to tell her where to find new clothes or how to make new clothes. We'll just say how to make new clothes. Because she's still wearing the wedding attire from whenever she was thrown out of her tribe. Yeah, it's definitely somebody needs to tell her, hey, you can go here and you can buy already made clothes, or they'll show you how to make it, however they want to word it. Did I just walk right over it? It was right here. I already picked it. Ooh. Now it's gonna get up and run. Come on. I know that was a good kill shot. Oh, you're not gonna bleed out? Stupid horse. Come on. Come on, hands, work. Gotcha. And yes, I am a terrible shot. I couldn't shoot straight if it was, tied to a string, because unfortunately, I have arthritis, carpal tunnel, and tendonitis in both hands, so they shake. So even if I'm on the target, the moment I push the left trigger, my wrist will always twitch, and I'll wind up shooting the horse. But it makes it fun because it also proves that with enough patience and practice, you can get good at good enough to survive. Yeah, I know, pew pew. And I've actually had people suggest, using a gun with her. Unfortunately, she can't use guns. She can only use bows, ropes, throwing hatchets, throwing knives, or regular knives. Guns are a white man invention, and she refuses to use them. Well, I proudly admit that if I am on a team in any game that involves shooting, I already know I am the bait. I'm the one that gets run out in front to let everybody else know where the enemy is. And I'm okay with that. But now, in like Red Dead Online, where we had aim assist, I was actually really good. Because I can get close enough to the target that aim assist will kick in. So like in the call to arms and things like that, I did really good. I mean, I made it to the highest, I made it to round 8 as a solo player in one of the call to arms. But then I get here, and I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with a banjo. And what's bad is Shifting Spirit is a better shot than my criminal or my other character. And if I'm... see. Oop, here. But I have to... no, that's a coyote. That's okay. As long as I can get a bleed shot on them. Or shoot them one time and they go down. I'm good with that. What did I hit? Okay, that would kill anybody. He took an arrow to the butt. Yep. I can understand. Sorry. He used to be a coyote till he took an arrow to the butt. Alright, so let's ride on out this, because I was just kind of meandering over that way. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I think she's got a whole stash of herbs and stuff. It's gotten to the point where I don't have to pick everything I see, unless that's what I'm going for. Because, I mean, she just got stacks and stacks of herbs stored up in her camp. And every once in a while, she'll ride into Valencrime, go to the flea market, put up a whole bunch of for sale. Of course, she doesn't understand the value of things, so she'll put stuff up for like $1 or $2 a piece and stack to 10. And of course, I know what people are doing, and I don't blame them at all, because I do this on other characters. They'll see that she's way underpriced, so they'll buy her stuff and then turn around and resell it for a higher price and make a profit. And that's the nature of economy. But that's also because she's trying to figure out the prices herself, and she's not really good at it, and nobody's taught her exactly what things are worth, so she just puts it up for what she thinks it's worth. Come on. Gotcha. That was a lucky shot. Is there an arrow stuck in the ground? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's an arrow stuck in the ground right back there. Let's see now, Rosalind is my miner. So I did the same thing with all of her iron that she puts because she only posts iron. Everything else I keep in for people that's in the family that she's a part of. But the iron, I always have a surplus of that, so I just post it. And she does. My Rosalind character doesn't have to worry about money too much, so she doesn't really care about the value of things. Whereas Shifting Spirit just doesn't know. Server's gonna restart in 30 minutes. Well, that's okay because the restart over here in the DRB, as everybody knows, it's only like a minute at most. So that last time she saw the Turkomon was over in this area. And she knows that at that next big hill over there is where the Foxtrotter is. So we'll see if they're there. Okay. And I'm actually surprised that she hasn't been, no one's tried to rob her or anything yet. Because the way I play her, the way that I play her, even though she's out here all the time, if you come out here, if she's logged in, or awake, as they say, in the county, if she's awake, she's always out here, hunting and herping. And she hasn't, nobody's tried to bother her, or approach her a lot, or even tried to rob her, which is weird. Because I can bring Ainurauco out here, and she rides a white Arabian dressed in all white from head to toe, and like yesterday, brought Ainurauco out here, was gonna pick some raspberries with her. And I picked one bush, had two guys on a donkey try to rob her. And the only reason they didn't is because one of them got off the donkey, walked up to her and said, "Hey, that's a really pretty horse." You're like, "Thank you. How much did it cost?" I was like, "Well, it wasn't too expensive." And right when I said that, the guy that was still on the donkey, his buddy, whispered, "Man, I don't really want to rob her today." Which, of course, gave me enough information, instantly pulled out a weapon, pointed it at him. I was like, "I don't think you're going to be robbing anybody." But that was within 5 minutes of getting out here. Little shifting has been out here for days, and nobody's trying to rob her. And I'm glad, too, because I don't know how she's going to react. But that's also why I don't keep money on her. They're gonna get a quarter. They're gonna be able to buy a piece of bubble gum. Unless you get one of those jerks that doesn't want to play by the rules and they rob her and then shoot her, because you can't do that. You can either rob or murder. That's it. One or the other. But we've got some people that don't play by the rules. Oh, and they might get a stack of herbs out of her. A lot of freaking raspberry. I can't pass these raspberries up. I'm sorry. And that Foxtrotter spawns right up there. Or wakes up right up there. Just in case. Nope. Well, it probably won't wake up right now because it's nighttime. Come on, work, work, work. Nope. Yeah, I know. Got you that time. You're dead now. Yes, my horse is a weapon. Now, there we go. Oh, and just teach another word. A deer, she would call a tacha. T-H-A-C-H-A, tacha. So she hunts tacha and tatang. Deer and buffalo. But I do not see any horses. Now it is getting daytime, so a lot of times if you're in an area and there's no animals, all you gotta do is ride out of the area and then ride back in. That resets and they'll spawn in. And animals are time specific. I have noticed that. So certain animals, like coyotes, normally only spawn at night. Foxes will spawn at dusk and dawn. deer during the day, buffalo during the day. But that doesn't mean they can't spawn at the other times, they're just more likely during those time periods. And horses, typically daytime. We're gonna ride right over here to Emerald. Oh, thank you for stopping. I did not see that in time. And that little nick that I just had is stuff loading in, so let's see. Oh, of course it would, the fog would sit in. Not seeing anything. Except for pea soup. Well, I don't see the fox trotter or the Superman. Do you see some deer? Oh, see, that's where she should have set up camp, right there. And it's already got the dream catchers and everything in it. Come on, come on, and yep, we're gonna go. Got you. And you're down. Gotcha. Don't disappear, don't disappear. Good deal, no disappear. Ooh, that's some good shots. Alright, so no horses. So we'll have to come check back another time. But who knows, we may see some horses on our way to Manzanita. Oh, really? You messed me up. Come here. Fall down, fall down, fall down. Nope. Did not get a bleed shot on that one. Where'd you go? Okay, now I lost you. Come here. Oh, that was sneaky. Got it. Whew. I was like, why will I not turn? I kept trying to turn around and it's like, nope, my hand was like, hey, we're not going that way. Pick a different direction. Thank you for the fence, Miss Scarlet. That is the home of Scarlet Harlot. Alright. Wait a minute. Somebody's just got a deluxe cooking fire out here right beside Scarlet Harlot's house. Just sitting out here in the middle of nowhere. Yep. Oh. Can we do it? Come here. Come here. Got you. Ah, yes. We now have another Butters. And a bunch of flies. Okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. This place at night is to die for. I mean, if I was ever going to do an environmental photo shoot of my character, this is where I would bring them. It is gorgeous. I mean, it's pretty during the day, but at night with all the lights and everything on, yeah, absolute perfection. Right, so now we got daytime, we've ridden out a little bit. We'll do one more quick look. Not seeing anything at the moment. Except for that fox. Got that one. Got that one. Yeah, if you ever need raspberries, here above, oh, well actually technically, because there's Emerald Ranch, so it's this side of the track, there's like 7 or 8 berry bushes over here. Yep, no horses, okay. So, that means, and I know I've got plenty of food, plenty of water, or plenty of berry juice, plenty. So we are headed towards, because when she started here in Blackwater. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Now, supposedly there is a tribe right around in here, in this area right here. There's, the couple that she met that lives, she met a really nice couple. They're really super nice people, helped her a lot. They live right around in here. No, actually, no. They live right. I can't tell fine. So, but whenever she first started, she actually started in Blackwater, traveled to Manzanita Post. Someone here told her about the berries. That's how come she moved here from all the way over there. So she is now going to go from here, and she's going to go check out this tribe. Because she's heard about them. She's got plenty of provision. She's got a home. She's got everything she's needed. So she feels safe traveling. So that's where she is headed to now. Whoop. Okay, that's somebody's horse. Okay. Is that somebody's hawk or is that that's gotta be somebody's hawk for it to be flying that way. Oh, now it's over there. Okay. Well, evidently hawks can teleport. Okay, actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna head back to camp for the storm. That way I'm not just poofing out of the distance right in the middle of nowhere. But then we'll head from camp and head towards Manzanita after the restart. Like I said, it only takes a minute or two. But yeah, definitely, Mr. Winters, if you ever need raspberries or herbs, definitely hit her up because she keeps a stockpile of everything. Now, I have made a bunch of sales recently, so I'm having to replenish, but as you can see, it does not take long. On average, she gets 6 to 10 every time she picks a bush. And the oregano and mint, she's not doing that today, but normally if it lights up yellow, she's picking it. Doesn't matter what it is. We might see some tatankas out here too. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's take a look here. Just in the little bit of running around, she's done that 69 already. And I know I don't have any on the horse, but I have more back at base, or at camp. I keep wanting to call it the things in here base because of another game that I played, but. Yeah, that was a good one. Usually, if you can hit them in the top of the shoulders, you'll get a bleed shot on them. Where did I hit you? Okay, oh, okay, I hit you in the hindquarters. That was a bleed shot. As long as you can get a bleed shot on them, where they bleed out, then they'll fall down, then you just have to walk up, do a mercy kill or whatever. And not have to chase them down. Because normally I always try to aim for the shoulder. Doesn't mean I'll always hit it, that's where I aim at. Okay, let's see here. And unfortunately, every time I come into base and leave, my campfire disappears. I don't know why. But let's take a look here. Dun, 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 dun. Right, access, storage. Let's see. Yeah, she's got, well with that put her at 310 raspberries. So she's got a nice little stash. Sort it up. Feathers, oregano. What's oregano at? Oregano's at 227. Mint, like I said, I've made a few sales, so price down. Alright, well, you have a great stream. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll make sure and stop by yours, okay? For those of you that saw, Jason just then said, that he was going to be getting ready for hit. If you're ever over on Twitch, I highly recommend checking him out. He's a traveling chef that literally travels around from town to town, getting and filling, like, large orders. Like yesterday, somebody wanted to buy some dough balls, I believe it was. I think it was yesterday. And I'm thinking, oh, they need like 10 or 20. No, they needed 200. And then they wanted to set it up where they could get more if they needed it, as by telegramming or stuff. And he does orders like that all the time. If I'm not mistaken, he's and his name Jason Winter over on Twitch. He's actually getting ready for a wedding that he's going to be catering. Definitely love watching him. And the antics he gets into, because he rides into town to do nothing and winds up spending an hour in the kitchen cooking for like 8 or 9 different orders. So definitely check him out. Alright, and we've got just a few minutes here before the storm, so let me go ahead and tell Runce's Wind, go run away. Because if you keep your horse at your camp and log out, or the server crashes, sometimes your horse will get injured because of that. And you'll have to go to the nearest stable and heal them, and I don't want to have to do that. But I am going to take just a minute here. I've got to let White Hair Puppy out, real quick, and if you know anything about puppies, he's not wanting to wait, so I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that, but you know how puppies are. When they gotta go, they gotta go. And White Hair Puppy is very, very impatient. Alright, there we go. Like I said, we are getting ready for the storm. Ironically, it is storming right now. We call the servers rebooting is referred to as the storm inside the game. So that'll happen in about 6 more minutes. While we wait, I can make sure now if I got everything in my inventory taken care of. Oh, I actually have some hides. We can process them real quick, because there's no sense in leaving the camp because server's fixing restart. You don't want to get caught out in the middle of nowhere, because every time the servers restart, of course, that resets everything. So ambushes, animal spawns, things like that. You'd really hate to be out in the wild, think that you're safe, log back in, and there'd be a cougar standing there beside you, because you just became lunch. But once the server comes back out and we get logged back in, yeah, we got 5 minutes. So once we get back up, we're going to travel out to Manzanita Post, and see if the Native Americans that live out there are there, introduce ourselves, and see how that goes. It's going to go, it could go one of two ways. Well, actually one of three. They're going to talk to us and be okay with us. They're going to talk to us and not like us. Or they're going to kill us on sight and not care who we are. Alright, so we've got all of those. Now, of course, all these cured hides, we always take them back to Crit. However, Vera Everett talked to us one day and told us to quit selling the crips, that she will buy every cured hide we have for $10 a piece. So we have that knowledge. And right now, let's see here. Let's just pop those over here. And we have, we have almost 200. So at $10 a piece, a stack of 200, that's $2,000 sitting right there. That we've been getting passively just because we're hunting. We were hunting for food. Passively getting the antlers, the skin, the pelts, stuff like that. So that's why it always amazes me when people say, when they're playing Red Dead, either official, DRB, or anything, they can't make money. You can, you just have to put the work in for it. You're not going to get handed it. Excuse me. You're not going to get handed anything. You're going to have to work for it. And luckily, shifting does not mind working. Alright, we're just waiting. Extra 3 minutes here. And of course, if anybody has any questions, concerns, comments, feel free to post them. You know me, I love to talk. I'm more than happy to answer them. Doesn't mean I'm right, doesn't mean I'm wrong. It's just how I see it at the moment. Or on a particular character, or a particular way that someone would handle something. Or the fact that one of my characters is completely psychotic. Oh, there we go. Dun, 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 dun. Somebody down there hunting right up to the last minute. Once I got 2 turkeys, that's pretty good. Definitely gotta be hot wearing all black in the sun like that. I am now a bush. Alright, there we go. I always love that. Please halt any illegal activities and wrap up your RP. Yes, because you can make moonshine, you can make blunt, cocaine, illegal rum. You can make a lot of illegal stuff and sell it on the black market or sell it behind other people's back. Of course, if you get caught with it, anything over 9 items, and that's collectively. So anything over 9 collected items, that's illegal, and they can take it from you. But you can have like 9 grams of cocaine or 9 blunts or 9 disconnects. Good deal. Yeah, I told you it was coming. Alright, let's just open that right back up. Dun, 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 dun. Just wait for DRB to come back up. Dun, dun, dun. And I know it's still down because, I mean, there's no way 3 people logged in that fast. Come on, refresh. Should be up. There we go. To reboot that fast. We'll get loaded back in here and we will take off for Manzanita. Now, of course, with the server being a fresh restart, there is a chance of running into some ambushes, which are going to go horribly, horribly wrong. Because this little girl is not big enough. Now, if she gets surprised, now, if she had the chance to see it coming and make plans, probably take them out. But if they swarm her, she's only, 24, 25, she's not going to survive. Dakota River Bend. There we go. Got Ainurauco, Rosalind. This person is just an extra character that I delete and remake into other people all the time. And Shifting Spirit. Let's get her logged in. Got her little winter outfit on. Because you can actually stack layers of clothes on top of each other. So one outfit can actually be like 3 different outfits. Like this is her winter up in the snow. But then if I take off the hat, take off the jacket, take off the gloves and the chat's not the pants. Then she's in her regular outfit. So anytime she wants to go up in the snow, all she's got to do is just throw her clothes on. Doesn't have to actually change her outfit. Alright, so let's get runs with wind. Well, first, let's figure out where we're going, because we're going to Manzanita, which is a long way away. And runs with wind, where you are. There you are. Well, yep, I need to turn on my herbalist thing, because we may find some new herbs along the way. Go ahead and do that. It's always good to find good herbing spots. Oh, there's a Tasha. I know that this right up here is an ambush spot, so hopefully it doesn't trigger when we go through it. It probably will, and we're going to take off running. Okay, good deal. Oh, there's some smoke over there. Somebody will be going after that. So, up there, of course, where we're going up here at Manzanita Post, there is a chance of her seeing a mato. M-A-T-O, mato, which means bear. And, yeah, pretty sure she would run off screaming and, still get killed. What is... Okay. Did not know what that was right there. There's more smoke right there. So we already know she can handle the camp. Because she, that day that she met that other gentleman that was going after the Appaloosa, she was able to clear the camp out. So. You know what? Let's take a look. This is probably going to end badly, but I don't. It's a really big camp. Smoke is coming from literally right here. But there is nothing here. Okay, I think smoke's gone now. There's nothing here. Okay, yeah, so there's nothing. So that one was a dud. Okay. Well, at least we came and we looked. We investigated. Get back on the road. Because she does not travel the train track. She stays on the road as much as she can, possibly. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. And of course, it would be raining. Always raining. She has definitely got to meet somebody that asks why she's wearing old, dirty clothes and tell her where to get new clothes. Otherwise, she's going to be wearing this for like ever. I think that is one of her character flaws that I built into her. Because she is skittish of people, she doesn't mind helping people and selling. It intrigues her, but she doesn't want to ask. She's afraid to ask questions. So things that she might need or want, she's not gonna ask people for it unless they ask her first. And of course, that all comes from her getting banished from her own tribe. It built a character flaw into her. Because if her own tribe wouldn't want her, why would anybody else? And why would anybody else want to help her? Because her own tribe doesn't want to help her. Because she just assumes everybody's that way. Milkweed? Yeah, milkweed. You'll always find a ton of milkweed along the river. Okay, let me check something here real quick. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Alright, there we go. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to just, check a few things. Alright, so let's continue on to Manzanita. Oh, maybe we'll get lucky and find a bear. Or unlucky and find a bear. Or a really big elk. Dun, 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 dun. So we probably would be better off having our bow out just in case. She doesn't need to be that trusting. Or that naive. Of course, now, if somebody rolled up on her wanting to rob her and they've got a gun and she's got a bow, I mean, as long as I can get pointed at them before they can get their gun out, I would be good. Because technically, I got the drop on them. Even though it's a bow, I still got the drop on them. And guns are not necessarily better than bows. I don't see anybody in this camp. Han? Han? Okay, so nobody's home. So she's gonna pick it because it's technically outside the camp. And we will continue on. Oh, one over here. I still wish I had that they had something, even if it was just for a herbally, that once you pick a herb, it would show up as like part of an overlay on your map. And then that way, as you got picked more and more, you would be able to see patterns or remember where the stuff's at. Because we all know if you want raspberries, you go around Emerald Range. That's the best place for raspberries that I have found. Oh, we're coming up on... Ooh, there's smoke way over there. Oh, Fort Rig. Where the massacre of a lot of Wapiti Indians took place. And Rainfalls was actually held here during that time. And this is where his wife and son were killed. Now, of course, I did a complete theory, logical theory video on the Wapiti Indians, and one of the videos in that series was, of course, Fort Rig. And there is a light that comes on in the schoolhouse at night. Oh, we found peyote. Oh, we are picking peyote. And yes, peyote in DRB is just like peyote in real life. If you eat it, it's going to transform you into a random spirit animal for a little while and take you up to Colorado Springs. It is an illegal item, because it's a shroom. But we can carry up to 9 illegal items. But anyway, the schoolhouse, I don't know if it does it in the DRB, I know it does it in live. There'll be a light up here in the schoolhouse. Right there. Yep, there it is. So even in the DRB, okay. If my horse will quit acting stupid, as you can see, a light comes on at night in the schoolhouse. Now this place is completely abandoned. There's nobody here. But that, I believe, is the wife of Rainfall. And just like in online, if you're not careful, you will get attacked by a pack of wolves. That happens in online also. So that's actually, it happens in story mode and in official online, and of course, now it happens here in the DRB. So you've got the ghost light in the schoolhouse, which I believe is Rainfall's wife that was killed here. And then go over this way, which this would be something she's going to find interesting, because it's going to raise a lot of questions for her. Like I said, I don't know if they left it in the DRB or not. Well, considering somebody's got some samples here. I think it's up here. I always have trouble finding the Native American totem. There it is. And then up here, you've got, of course, a ceremony. This would be a ceremonial burial for a Native American warrior, because if you, the Wapiti Indians are based on the Lakota, the Plains Indians. The males, warriors, were put on scaffolding and left to rot to the elements. Now, of course, they were adorned with skins and anything of value. Their bow. They had a horse. That horse would have been killed and left at the bottom of the scaffolding. Women and children were literally just thrown into the bush, not buried, just thrown into the bush to decay to the elements. So for this to be a ceremonial burial with that totem, we know this is a male. So if you've got the spirit of a lady haunting, or the spirit of something haunting the schoolhouse, and then you've got a male Native American burial, and the game specifically says in the lore that Rainfall's wife and son were murdered here, this obviously would be a son. If you go to the Native American burial ground, you'll find this exact same totem at the Native American burial ground, therefore tying this grave to that site. So it's the same tribe. I just thought y'all might find that interesting, a little investigation by Shifting Spirit, who is Native American, about some Native American lore. And of course, I covered all of this in my series that I did on the Wapiti Indians on the channel here on YouTube, so feel free to check that out if that's something that interests you. Especially if you're going to play in the DRB, because the Wapiti Reservation is recognized in the DRB, so that way you can kind of know what happened to that particular tribe in the game. So if you wanted to play your character as a Wapiti, then you would kind of know some history. Let's go on to Manzanita Post. And plus, I know there's a lot of people that play either, in the Red M platform or the 5M platform for Red Dead that never played story mode or online. They just jump straight in, so they might not have experienced some of the lore and stuff. But most, the Wapiti Indians, of course, like I said, are based off of the Plains Indians, the Lakota, specifically, which, if you know, Lakota is a very broad umbrella for a group of Indians that fit under the Lakota. There's the Dakota, the Lakota, and there's a third one, something Coda. And she just had her first experience with a bear. Uh-oh. Little girl got some skills. So her first experience with a bear, luckily, was a black bear, not a grizzly. And it kind of seemed more confused than she was. But that did get her a bear pelt. Nice. So now we get to see if any of the Native American tribes are up here. And that's Manzanita is this way. And I've actually met some of the Native Americans on Ainurauco. Well, they met her before she ever even knew they were around. So yeah, it's really good. Oh, random travelers.
Have a fine morning, ma'am.
You too. Okay, so now let's find out where we're at and where we're going. So at least we know that much. So we know this road basically goes through the middle of their territory. So they're going to be somewhere in here, somewhere in here. Homestead right here. I bet they're going to be somewhere probably right around in here. I don't know. This is the top of a hill right here. A little bit of a valley, but there's a homestead here. The homestead here. So, oh yes, probably right about here. So let's go looking. See if we can find them. Introduce ourselves. And try not to get eaten by a cougar, or a panther, or a grizzly, or Skinner Brothers. Now, of course, the couple is the ones that told her about this, and that they might take her in. But I don't think she would be the type at this point to want to join another tribe after what her last one did to her. So she's just wanting to meet them. Uh-oh. And this definitely does not look like a Native American camp. And there's nobody home, of course. Hun? Hun? So there's no one here. So we keep looking. Why is there red that way? no, 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 no. No, no. Oh, I think she may have got it. Well, I think it ran away, but at least it didn't kill her. I'll take that any day. That was a grizzly. Yeah, we will definitely take that any day. How'd your adventure go to find other Native Americans got mauled by a bear? So it went good? Yeah, it went great. Ooh. Kentucky Saddler. Kentucky Saddler. Nope. So yeah, that was a good adventure. I mean, we didn't get a kill on it, but that's okay. At least it didn't kill us. Right, so I'm guessing if there's Native Americans out this direction, they're gonna be in traditional Native American tent, maybe. Of course, I mean, I would set up close to a water supply somewhere. If it was me. Yeah, go on with your stuff. I ain't worried about you. And I definitely would be set up on a bluff so that I had an overview of the land, so I could see people coming in and out. But that's the funny thing about Red Dead. The map is... Oh, what's that? Is you can be right beside somebody and never know it, or you can be just walking around town and keep running into them everywhere they're at. Just the way the world works. Oh, here's a camp. That is not from a person. That is just NPC. Okay. Excuse me. That's just regular person. See, there's Awaja. See, nothing back there. Okay, let's go over towards Awaja. Because if I was going to have a camp out in this area, I would be camped close to Awaja. And there's actually not that many people back out this way. I mean, we've seen a few little sparse camps, but they're definitely not cluttered up. Ooh, a new herb. See what this is. Oh, it's oregano. Well, you can never have enough oregano. Or raspberries, or mint, or if you're friends with a doctor, ginseng, and they will love you. That was a really big sound of something. What is that? Yeah, not close enough to identify it. Okay. Right on around. Oh, what's this? What is this? Found him. Okay. So first thing we do is put our bow up so we don't come in threatening. Han? Han? Oh, I love this spot too. Now this is, I mean, this is beautiful. The way they've got all this set up. Love it. Han? Okay, I have to know what this is. Ginseng. See, how many they've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 Native Americans living here. Oh, I like the skull up on the tree too. Ooh, what is that? Is that cannabis? Didn't know it grows wild. Okay, so may or may not have found some weed. Of course, she doesn't know what it is. Oh, I remember this spot now. Yeah, this is it featured in story mode. So a lot of it was already decorated. And it makes perfect sense to set up camp here for Native Americans. So like that pole is already here, all these little hovels. That's actually perfect. And it also lets you know it's the same Indian tribe as the Wapitis because of that bowl right there. That bowl is found at several different locations, as well as that one and that one. So it's the same Indians. I like the drum. Yeah. So this is also the Wapiti Indians where they were moving this way. But I think this may have been used as a temporary location. Because you've got Fort Riggs. There's Riggs Station, Fort Riggs. Fort Riggs is right here. So, and they were eventually pushed to their reservation up here because it's the worst possible land. But they originally started out in, like around in this area, in the Big Valley area. So they were pushed from here down to Fort Riggs. Yep, down to Fort Riggs. No, that's not Fort Riggs. Down to Fort Riggs. So, yeah, it's pushed from hunting area here down to Fort Riggs, where a lot of them were killed. Then they were pushed up to Wapiti. And at the end of the story arc in story mode, they said they were heading to Canada, but then they wound up over here, and then eventually they wound up all the way all the way at scratching post, right here. That was a really big something that just went through the woods. That was a gunshot. Oh, and this canoe right here is one that you can actually craft for decoration. So being here right beside that is perfect. So let's get us something to drink. Yeah, I'm so glad we came out here and looked for this. Because whoever's got this set up, whoever's running, from a real world standpoint, whoever set this up and coordinating all this, it's the perfect little camp for Native Americans. And I love the use of the teepee. But technically, in character, I was just trespassing. It was a timber rattler. Yeah, I was trespassing, even though I'm Native American. I'm not part of their tribe, so I was trespassing. And had they showed up with me wandering around the inside of their camp, they would probably killed me. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful view. See, this would be the kind of place where if she was going to set up a teepee, like back in that little corner, right there would be perfect. See, I love it whenever people take aesthetic into building a camp, not just throwing something down because the land's small. Take into the type of person it is, the location, instead of like that one little teepee set up by itself on that little rise makes perfect sense. These two here, then you've got the other ones scattered throughout. Private, no trespassing. Yep, I'm on this side of the trees. Do not want to take an arrow to the knee and become a guard in Whiterun. Also, I got the little trap out here. Kind of neat. So we at least found them, so we know where they're at. Now, of course, they're probably not going to wake up, air quote, wake up, until later in the evening. A little trap right there, okay. Now, I'm not going to touch their traps because that is a definite good way to get killed. Their trapper must be good. They've got traps all along through here. If I can get through here without... Yep. Chair and... Oh. Looks like there might have been a wagon here. Oh, there's the wagon. A lot of blood, so that'd been Skinner Brothers. Yep. Ooh, there's a canoe. And now, of course, if you play story mode, you know that a lot of times you'll see stuff with a bunch of arrows stuck in it and things like that. But I know from playing story mode, these arrows were used by Skinner Brothers, not by Native Americans. So. Alright, so we actually found the Native American tribe. And of course, Aurora Basin, right here. Because that's the 3 Indian hovels, Native American hovels that we found, and their camp is built into that. So that makes that kind of easy to find. But we did not find us a horse today yet. What is that new? Oh, that's Mr. Beans. Okay. Mr. Beans is a traveling bean salesman that travels around, and you can get free beans, regular beans. You can buy kidney beans, or you can buy recipes. So, go check him out. Make sure we eat something so we don't starve to death. Let's go ahead and just fill our bars up. It's not like she doesn't have plenty of everything. Berry juice. Yeah, just sitting here eating lunch right in front of the massacre site. Nothing unusual about that. And who knows, we might get lucky and run into another grizzly bear and actually kill it this time, instead of just chasing it away. Hey JP, welcome to the stream. So, little girl is feeling happy with herself today. She found the location of another tribe. So she may have to come back out here when they might be, air quote, awake, and see if she can get to know them or talk to them. And she did, see, no, this way. Sorry. Try not to crash her. She did see a, Tazika while she was out here, and run into a rock Gideon or something. But she did, see a Tazika. It was a, Timberland rattlesnake. Tazika means snake. It's actually a Tazika. Apparently that person was in a hurry. And that is one of the aspects I love, one of the things I like about the roleplay here. Like right now I'm choosing to play a Native American character. Well, in choosing to play that kind of a character, you also choose all the benefits or consequences that comes with it. And you may come across somebody and you're like, oh, I'm ready to have a good RP session. I want to talk to this person. They may not like Native Americans. So your hope of having a great RP was instantly turned into a, I'm not going to talk to you, I don't like you, don't bother me. So that's one of the consequences, because people do play their characters based on 1899, and Native Americans, not all people like Native Americans. Or you may run across somebody that simply adores Native Americans and they want to talk your ear off, but because they won't shut up, you don't like them no more. Your character doesn't like them. So it works both ways. Da-da-da. So we're just heading back over. We're actually headed to see Mr. Beans to see what he has to offer. But actually, wait. Before we go to Mr. Beans, he's way up. He's gonna be way up there. Yeah. On our way by, let's stop to talk to Fritz and sell this little bit of junk that we've got, like the animal parts that we're not gonna use, and then we'll continue on. That way, by the time we get to Mr. Beans, we'll actually have some money, not just 50 cents. Yeah, there is fast travel in the game, but it's not fast travel like most people expect. Let's say I wanted to travel from Strawberry to Valentine, and by horse that takes 3 minutes. I can pay a fee to fast travel from Strawberry to Valentine. It's still going to take 3 minutes. You pay for the luxury of not having to control an animal. And those little piggy pies are going fast. Got one. So yeah, your fast travel is still going to take the exact same amount of time as riding as it is to use it. But for the luxury of not having to control your character for the entire time, that's what you pay for. Well, that little piggy was head over heels for me. Oh, it's a 3-star. Nice. Yeah, you do have cinematic. Absolutely. And I use cinematic a lot. The only downfall to that, though, is if you're in cinematic, somebody else might be in cinematic, and y'all collide. Or somebody that knows that you're in cinematic could use that to try and rob you, to catch you off guard. Of course, they're not supposed to just rob you. They can, like, jerk you off your horse. You stand up, and then they go, "Oh, are you all right? I was aiming at something else." You're like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Like, "Oh, good. Put your hands up." So see, you just walked right into that one. But I use cinematic a lot. But when I use it, I always keep an eye on my screen, and if I see somebody coming towards me, I jump out of cinematic and take to the right side of the road. I thought there was another herb over here. It's way down. Alright. Runs with wind. Come. But yeah, a lot of times if I'm having to travel from one location to another really far away, I will definitely cinematic it. And that gives me time to, like, eat something or give me something to drink or stretch or whatever while I'm riding. But I still keep an eye on the screen. Oh, it's getting dark fast. At least with her wearing white, it makes it easier for people to see when I'm riding at night. Because if you're running at full speed and it hits that one little dark spot where the moon hasn't started shining yet, yeah, you will plow somebody head first. Right, this is our river crossing. Right into the little town of Limpany. Ooh, that's some milkweed. That is the milkweed. There is somebody right over there. Right, get rid of all of this junk I don't need. I don't think we have any feathers, but we'll check. Oh, we had some animal fat. Good deal. Some deer heart. A few different kinds of antlers. I don't think we have any beaks though, but we'll check just to make sure. Nope. She has, and those were earlier, and she's supposed to be getting one pretty soon from a traveling chef, that might be trying to buy some stuff from her. But she did manage to, she did make enough money from the market and other places that she actually got her a tent now, so she has a roof over her head, finally. Mr. Bean. So yeah, she's a little excited about that. Her little tree shade has become an actual little camp now. She is still waiting on a telegram, though, from a very large order. She's already got everything picked and everything. She sent the telegram right. I sent it right before I logged in or woke her up. So once that particular buyer wakes up and sees it, hopefully they'll be like, hey, I still need that. Meet me here. Blah blah blah. But of course, as you can tell, she is no longer afraid to go out adventuring a little bit now that all of her necessities are took care of other than clothing. Food, clothing, and shelter. That's your 3 basic needs. But she can already survive, has plenty of food, and has food in storage. Shelter, she has a tent, a bedroll, and her campfire, so that's taken care of. Of course, no one yet has told her that her clothes are dirty or ragged or where to find or make new clothes, so still waiting on somebody to do that. The Moonshiner, nope, the Stone family has not contacted her again yet. As a matter of fact, she had, and all the time she's been out, she hasn't seen them. So, they may be in hiding or on vacation. But she hasn't seen them back at their camp yet. Yeah. Remember, I don't know if you saw the stream. We went over and visited their camp, and they were there. He actually bought some herbs off of her. So yeah, she's been over to their camp, and of course they did extend, the come hunt anytime invitation. So that's really good. Now I have no idea where this Mr. Beans is. Yes, but yeah, she has been back over to see the cheetah lady. Oh, so sounds like Madame Nazar is in regular online mode. Here in the DRB, it is Mr. Bean. This is his little traveling stand that he set up. Howdy. Now, of course, this is an NPC, but we're gonna open shop. Now, you can buy some beans here, or some recipes. Now, of course, baked beans are free. They give about as much health back as a handful of almonds at a bar. But oh no, yeah, you missed that, JP. That's why she went over to their camp the other day. Is they had the bow for her. That the bow that she's got in her hand is the improved bow. So they got her a bow and gave it to her, which of course she turned around and gave them a whole bunch of herbs to pay for the hawk and to pay for the bow. But yeah, she has an improved bow now. So yeah, so she got her some cans of baked beans now. Like I said, they do not give back much health, but that's because they're used in recipes. And let's just take a look at those. Savory stews, perfect plate, baked goods, common meals. Fried egg, grilled cheese sandwich. Of course, she doesn't have all the stuff for that. What about savory stew? Turtle stew and chicken chowder. That sounds gross. Yeah, I did. That's what I just said. That I gave them a whole bunch of herbs and everything. They need to stop adopting strays, Brett and Bird Lady, and Jesse, and JJ. Well, they didn't offer for her to come live at camp with them, so they were just helping her out so that she could get started up and everything. So they didn't technically adopt Shifting Spirit, so she's not. Yeah, she's definitely a stray, but they didn't adopt her. Or if they did, they didn't make that clear to her, so she's not sure. Because remember, she is still naive and doesn't understand things, so they could have very well told her, hey, that we have an empty place in our camp. She wouldn't have, in her mind, she wouldn't have known that meant that was an invitation. She would have just thought, okay, well, I hope you find somebody, and walked away. Because she doesn't understand. But yeah, these are all the recipes you can get. So, I mean, of course, none of them would benefit those shifting here because she doesn't get chicken, she doesn't get turtle, Dakota cake. Oh, yeah. But yeah, that's Mr. Bean. Oh, I bet it is. I bet it is. But everything that they wanted to make you family of the hawk guy. I know. They wanted to introduce me to the Native American friend they had, um, which has never happened. Um, right. uh, yeah. Did you have any idea it was for one of my characters? No, JP. They did not want to take me in as family. They were just being nice. And Shifting would not have accepted that anyway, because remember, she's still skittish of people. Because right now she is trying to figure out her own way, uh, figure out who she is now that she no longer has a tribe of her own. Yeah, but what's bad is if Brooke had talked to Shifting for 5 seconds, it would have been a dead giveaway. Unfortunately, I have a very distinct voice. But yeah, little Shifting here was banished. Excuse me, was banished from her tribe for refusing to marry the son of the chief. Her father was a medicine man in the tribe, and that's how she learned about Herbie. Uh, and was literally thrown completely off the Indian land that her tribe was on. They took away her falcon. Oh no. Well, that's what I was explaining about Shifting. She was cast out of banished from her tribe's land and into this county with nothing but a bow, a knife, and the clothes on her back, and $100. That was it. No food, no water, no nothing, no horse. So she went out and made friends with Runs-with-Wind, which is her horse. Started picking berries because her father's was a medicine man. She no longer has a father or a tribe or a family or anything, because that's how it works when you're banished out of a tribe. Uh, and with the help of strangers that she's met, such as Brett and Hot Lady, Jebediah, uh, she has, and a couple other, Jason Winters, and a couple of other people, Jonathan Cooper, Jonathan Cooper. Uh, she has learned about the white man's economy. Uh, Brett and the Hot Lady taught her how to lie, so now she knows how to lie like a white man. Uh, which I think is hilarious. They gave her a hawk and the improved bow. Kind person at Manzanita uh, told her where she could get a lasso. So she has a lasso. And of course, she has her little camp right here. That is her own little piece of heaven. She made enough money selling herbs and bartering that she's been able to fully upgrade small camp, but fully upgrade it, get a tent, bedroll, a tanning rack, and there's supposed to be a campfire right here, but it disappears every time. But yeah, that's her little slice of heaven. And she's still learning the white man's language. She doesn't understand it completely yet. That's why she speaks Lakota every once in a while, Sioux Lakota. But other than that, she's completely naive and a blank slate. She will only know what she is taught by the people she meets. That's why most times she's hunting and herbing, because that's all she knows. That and the Valentine market. She knows about it. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting when she starts meeting. Now that she's comfortable enough to go out adventuring and exploring, she's gonna start meeting people. And of course, she's also gonna meet the bad element, the good element, and then the I don't care element. So yeah, I'm actually having a lot of fun playing her because her entire story is based on everybody she meets and the people she meets. That was actually probably one of my most decent shots I've ever made. Yeah, she is definitely a lot different character to play than, let's say, Rosalind, who is now pretty much bent on causing as much trouble in towns that she goes to as possible with the cops. So yeah, whereas Shifting would never cause trouble, Rosalind is definitely trying to. Stop, Forrest. Oh yeah, absolutely. We've got Ani the investigator that, you know, that well, she wears all white, always tries to do the right thing and be the nice person, but will gladly shoot you in a heartbeat. Then you've got Rosalind, who's completely psychotic, schizophrenic, hears voices, and doesn't really see that what she's doing is wrong. A savage character that will bite. That is awesome. And see, like Rosalind and Ani, their stories are kind of good and evil. Easiest way to explain it. Ani is chaotic good, and Rosalind is chaotic evil. Shifting spirit is whatever the people around her make her into. Because right now, the only bad thing she's learned is to lie. The rest of it is all, economy, work, buy and sell, explore. That's it. But if the wrong person comes along and talks to her, she could learn to be a bad character. Or learn to be a good one. That's why I love playing her at the moment. Jay, excuse me. JP, you were asking about the moonshiners earlier. Here's their camp. And I have not seen them in a few days, so I don't know where they're at or what their time schedule is, and maybe on a completely different time schedule, and I just happen to catch it. But yeah, they're wanting to set up a moonshine operation right here. Awful risk. Tatanka! Yay, we've got some Tatanka today. don't want to shoot my horse. Got you. Hey, Ozzy. Glad you could make it. Oh, did it disappear? Dang it. I hate it when it does that. No, it's still right there. I just didn't get close enough for the paw to show up. Aha, there's Tatanka. Alright there. Take the skin off it, actually raise it up a couple inches. Oh. That's suspicious. Nope, nope. Kill some buffalo, come back across roads, somebody sitting on a white horse staring at you. Yep. Okay. That was weird. Somebody rode out just to watch me kill a few buffalo and then rode away? Never a good sign. Oh, there's some herd. Oh, raspberries. Yes. We need all of the raspberries. And see, what's gonna be funny though is if members of a gang or something approaches her, because she has no concept of gang. She has the only thing, closest thing she can relate to is a tribe, and she doesn't want to be at right now. Right now, she doesn't want to be part of a tribe because her last tribe, threw her away. So she assumes that our tribe, remember, gangs, groups, families, all of that to her is the tribe. So she assumes that all tribes just want to throw her away. So she's not necessarily avoiding it, she's just not discussing the topic at all. You can't avoid something you don't talk about. So it's going to be interesting whenever she does meet people that are part of a clique or a group or a family or a tribe or a gang or whatever, to see how she's going to react to that. Hey, Sins. Hey, Season. How you doing, medic? I don't know what's going on with that horse, but, it is not happy. We got us more raspberries. Of course, she does tend to pick everything she comes across 90% of the time. Oh, we need to go and check, or she does, and see if that Turkomon or if that Missouri Foxtrotter is over there. Now, I know that right there is a safe, and she can't crack a safe, so there's no sense in even going over there. I do not like the person just sitting there watching. Yeah, and what's funny though is if the people that Rosalind knows were to approach shifting, she'd probably jump on a horse, take off screaming, which would be hilarious. You'd probably think they were Wendigos or something. Oh, nope, don't go near that. Nope, don't go near that person. Is that a buffalo just walking right on down the hill? Yeah, it is. That is hilarious. That buffalo just out for a stroll for no reason. Oh no, you're fine, medic. No problem at all. I was just saying hi. Glad to see you're in the stream.
Hey, excuse me? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to start you nothing like that. Were they doing a
Hun,
smoke? Yes?
yes, smoke under bridge a moment ago.
Yeah, did that done go away or something?
I not know, but people still standing there.
Okay, I'll done take a look. I appreciate it. That's what I was just done ask about, because I done saw it and now I can't see it. But I think I done see where I need to go. I appreciate it, miss. What's your name there?
My name's Shifty Spirit.
Shifty Spirit, pleasure to meet you there. Hold on, is you one of them part of the Miwok tribe, is that right?
I know not such tribe.
Oh, okay. Cause I just done heard there was some Miwok tribe done real protective of them buffalo and all that. So I figure I done try to talk to them, see, maybe give them a little offering, something like that. I don't know, but I ain't really fixing to hunt no buffalo, to be honest with you. I was just looking at that over smokestack over there. My name's Bill Mustard, by the way, Miss Shifty. Pleasure to meet you there.
Uh, it's it's pleasure to meet you too, Bill Mustard.
Yep, what you do around here? Just meander, do a little bit of hunting here and there, or what?
Me hunt and me pick herbs.
Okay, I see. Well, pleasure to meet you there, Miss Shifty Spirits. If I don't need, I might need a little bit of mint, something like that. Is it alright if I don't send you a telegram, make an order, something like that?
Oh yes, it's okay to use white man words.
Okay, and uh, you said it's Miss Shifty Spirits, is that right?
Uh,
Miss Shifting Spirit. Alright, you
Shifting
got it.
spirit, yes.
Alright, you got it. I appreciate that, Miss Spirit. Name's Bill Mustard once again. Pleasure to meet you there.
It's pleasure. Taksahaki.
I'm sorry?
Taksahaki is how we say farewell.
Can you don't say it again? I want to learn that actually.
Taksahaki.
Taxa Aki, is that right?
Yes, it's right.
All right, Miss Spirit. Toxaki as well. So long
Taksahaki.
now.
I have met Bill Mustard on another character, and he is great, hilarious, awesome person. So that I love that. Oh, legendary bison hunt. So that's probably what they were doing over there. Hey, Orchid. Let's see, JP. The tribe that threw her out probably doesn't know she's left them in the dust in regard. Exactly. Um, she was put into one of those situations when her tribe just banished her out of their land and took literally everything. I mean, they even took her falcon away from her. But because they did that, it was literally a sink or swim, and she had the right skills to survive. She's a herbalist, so she knows how to pick herbs. She knows how to hunt. So she can put all of that together with water. Well, she can make not the best food, but food better than you would think she would, because she's making herbs, meat, and berry juice. Oh, really? I did not know that. And see, my whole RP that I've only been in the county. It ain't even been a full 3 months. But this is the first time I've ever RP'd outside of Dungeons and Dragons and Vampire the Masquerade back in the '80s. Yeah, I'm old. But so for me, this is all new RP, and I still don't understand all the rules and stuff. So I'm learning as I go. So that is awesome. Uh, his character setup is exemplary. And the fact that he wanted to learn how to say farewell in Sioux Lakota was, I love that little extra touch you put on that. Yeah, because like I was saying early in the stream, the Lakota language does not have a word for goodbye. It doesn't exist because the word goodbye is a final word. You only say it once. And that is the last time you'll ever see somebody. You say goodbye. So you hope they are leaving on good standing. So they don't have a word for it. So instead they say "Tata aki," which means farewell or see you later. And of course, I have had interactions when I say hello, because she said, little shifty spirit says Han, H-A-N, Han. It means hello for the female gender. And they think I'm saying someone's name. They're like, my name's not Han. It's like, no, Han mean hello. So it's awesome. Alright, we'll pick this one and then we'll go see if the horses are awake. Oh, absolutely. Oh, awesome, awesome. See, I'm originally I was streaming Red Dead, just Red Dead Official, online mode. Then of course, I've streamed like Fallout 76 and all that, but it just like regular streams, no RP. But unfortunately, my personality, even in regular streams, non-RP, my characters tend to talk to inanimate objects. Especially in Fallout, my character talks to mannequins and carries on arguments and loses them. And that's just my personality from writing novels and stuff. And so that kind of worked out really good when I came over here, because I was able to give the characters a personality that was their own. And then I came up with this little girl. Wait, I know there's a raspberry bush right there. Yep, there it is. Well, Bill has, I've heard the name before, but not actually seen a full interaction with him. And, I mean, beautiful. Yeah, that would be the kind of person that I hope little shifting spirit meets more often, because that could go really great, or it could go really bad, but probably really great. Right, so we know that there is a breeding ground for Missouri fox trotters right here on this hill. Now, of course, it is completely rando if they show up or not. have here? Hold on. Let's get out our binoculars. Looks like Tennessee walkers. Yep. No Missouri foxtrotter. Is it just the two of them? What is that? That is a really big whitetail buck. Well, I'm not worried about the foxtrotters, but that buck, on the other hand. Dang it. Hands couldn't hold out. If he's from the Emerald Ranch area, he did look like someone from the Emerald Ranch. Either that or a Skinner. Oh, it's freaking lag. Really? Come on. Come on, hands. All you gotta do is hit it. Well, okay, well, we're just gonna chase it down with a knife. I bet I don't have enough stamina to do this, but I don't care. Yeah, it's gonna get away. Nope. Worth it. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna try that again. Just to see me get drugged by a deer was worth it. Do I not have any more arrows? I know I've got more arrows. How'd your day go? Me get drugged. Well, we are gonna have to go buy some more arrows because we are out. And like JP always says, they're gonna give us dull ones. Wait a minute, I may have some back at camp. I have to go check on that. Otherwise, this little girl's gonna have to go into Valentine. And so far she's gotten lucky, nobody in town has messed with her. They've let her come in, get what you need, and leave in peace. But you never know in Valentine. And of course, if you're wearing a mask, people screwing with you or the cop. Let's see, yesterday Rosalind got ran out of flat water. Well, Rhodes had them last time because Valentine was out. But we're gonna go ahead and check Valentine first since it's right here, and then if they don't have it, then we'll make the trip all the way over. But yeah, yesterday Rosalind got ran out of black water. Then she got ran out of Valentine. Today she got ran out of Valentine. Well, it's funny is somebody said, do you have a permit for your mask? I said, didn't you ask me that yesterday and you know my situation hasn't changed? I know there's an Indian curse in Valentine because the Indians were massacred so that they could build the town on top of their land. But technically, Shifting doesn't know that yet. No, if she ever learns it, then she might not ever go back there. I do not see the trail set. yeah, we're gonna try this. You almost got me. Oh no, you don't. Come here. There you go. I knew that was coming. I was gonna do it anyway. Thank you, Orchid. Alright, so this is the first time in one of my streams that y'all have seen the shifting spirit get injured. Alright, so there's two ways to play this. And I was actually getting her injured on purpose. Technically, she's not dead. She's just injured. Alright? She's completely injured. Now, I have two options of how to go about this. I can call a doctor, which is, see down there in the bottom right hand corner, call a doctor. A doctor shows up. I explain to him what happened. We RP the scenario out. They actually go through a full treatment. Checking the wounds, cleaning the wounds, checking for poison, blah blah blah. They go through all. We RP that whole section out, and then I pay them. The reason you want to do that is because you retain all of your memory if a doctor treats you. So I would be able to stand up, completely healed, and have a memory of everything that happened, right up to the point that I fell down. Now, if you're involved in certain activities where, like, someone robbed you and murdered you, you'd want to remember that. Of course, I'm talking about in character. In character. Out of character, you're going to remember that. But you can't act on it, but you can remember it. Unless a doctor revives you, and then you have to wait 45 minutes, and then you can, quote unquote, access that memory and react to it. However, if I do the other option, was to lay here until that respawn timer counts all the way down, then I can just stand right back up. The catch is I remember nothing. So the entire incident, from the time I got off my horse to chase the snake, I would remember none of that. I would have no memory of how I got injured. And you have to abide by that rule. That's part of RP. So we're going to wait for the timer to run out because I did that on purpose. But we're not going to remember that I did any of that, and we're going to pretend like I never got off the horse. So yeah. We're just going to go ahead and let that timer run on down. So that's what happens when you get injured. If somebody will give me just a second. So my phone went off. Sorry about that. But yeah. So if you were another person, say they were trying to rob you or whatever, or y'all had a disagreement, an argument, and y'all got into a fist fight, and they pulled out a gun and shot you, and you let the timer run out, you don't remember any of that fight. So that incident never happened. Yeah, it should have, but I was wanting to get took down anyway. And plus, the hawk doesn't attack your target; it goes off and gathers stuff all on its own. But I see your point; it would have been a lot better. Let the hawk fight the snake. So the reason I wanted to showcase this is if I ever get into an incident and then somebody asks me what happened, I'm like, I don't know. Like this, remember. No, my character doesn't remember, so she can't speak on it. That's the difference between RP. But yeah, snake got away. Well, technically, the Suzika got away. Suzika is the Lakota name for snake. But yeah, we're gonna go get some arrows now. Oh, put that knife back. So yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I definitely delve into that too. Now again, I'm still learning RP. Um, so in my mind, if everybody saw something happen, everybody knows that it happened. Um, and we just go from there. I forget that in RP sometimes you have to, just like an actor playing a movie, you have to play the part. Um, that makes it. That makes you know, it's like you're walking around, you know, you've got your takes, you know, ribs or whatever, and every time you talk, you wince. It's like, so sorry. Yeah, it's just my ribs are hurting. I mean, you know, you do that, it just adds a lot of flavor to the text. And it's the little nuances, like you were talking about there, you know, just you know, a horse getting, you know, your horse dying. You actually play that out. It just makes the scene so much better. Kind of like Rosalind did yesterday to the guy in Valentine when he shot her horse and came unglued on the guy. But he paid the vet bill, which, I mean, it's only $1, but that's not the point. He paid for the vet bill for service to get taken care of, and then Rosalind spoke her piece, and MJ punched him in the mouth and knocked him out. Literally was one hit of the butt of her gun. Hey, Raven Cat, welcome to the stream. Alright. Gonna head right down on here to Valentine and pick us up some arrows. Hopefully they've got some in their restocked. If not, like JP said, we're headed to road. Oh, you didn't know that's yeah, I play Shifting Spirit here, little Native American girl. She's new. I also play Ainurauco, the white-haired lady that runs around Blackwater, dressed in solid white, riding a white horse that's friends with Perno. And thanks, Raven. And I also play Creeper, Rosalind in the family. Oh, a purple Noka? That's freaking awesome. Let's see, Anariko rides a white Arabian. Rosalind, of course, rides a black Arabian. And Shifting here doesn't have a quote, air quote, permanent horse. It's just whichever horse will let her ride them at the moment. And right now it's run to his wind. But she is on trying to find a gold Tucumán that has the metallic coating. Han, me need arrows. You have arrows, yes? Oh wow, they restocked the crap out of this gun store. Last time we heard that was 0. Now they got like 106. Yes, absolutely. Right, so we now have arrows, but we also now broke. We have no money. Let's see, like yesterday, I was having fun with the police in Blackwater, well, before they, asked me to leave. But every time they'd come back to the police station, I'd throw the dead body on the porch. So they show up, there's a bartender, they show up, there's a general store clerk. And then I just started stacking locals up. But they couldn't prove it was me, which was what was funny, because I got questioned a couple of times. And I'm like, I haven't even shot my gun. They never checked the knife, though, for some reason. Because poor Rosalind, well, I say poor Rosalind. Rosalind is a serial killer that cuts people's throats and stabs them in the heart, and then dumps the body on the police porch. I think the worst one I ever did was I killed like 4 locals and took them into the St. Denis police station and dumped them on the counter, like right in front of the counter. Okay, oh, let us load up our areas. Now, of course, this is just to get us by, because, of course, all of her money's in camp. That's just what she had from selling the parts to Crit. So she'll come back and get more later. Alright, let's check our telemograph. Because I cannot remember if for the life of me if one popped up or not. Which, I mean, she can do that in her camp. She has that feature. She bought that ability. But we're right here. So might as well check it while we're here. Yeah, and if you notice right there, this is something I love about DRB. You saw them weekly costs and stable costs and Avery costs, all that pop up, right? It's over there, it was popping up on the right side. And it takes the money out of your pocket of your character. Not your bank, not your storage, but out of your pocket. And somebody would be like, well, I'll just keep my pocket empty and they can't get the money. No, it will actually go ahead and take it and give you a negative balance. So you have to earn enough money or put enough money on your character to get back to 0. So there's no way out of defeat. Let's see. Okay, yep. So no new telegram. Oh, that's a pretty horse. What is that? Missouri Foxtrotter, of course. That's what I thought it was when I saw it. That's the horse that she's wanting to get, one of them. So pretty. Oh, I am feeling parts damage. And there we go. And that's a horse in the middle of the road, almost. Alright, so let's head back towards Campola. Now, I think her next adventure, this is what I'm thinking, unless something changes or she meets people or whatever, because you never know. The fun part about RP is you can make a plan of something you're going to do, like make a plan for a stream so that you can keep this, have the stream streamlined, and then meet one person and your entire thing is derailed into something a lot better. Because I had planned on her meeting some Native Americans today, if they were home, and instead she met Bill Mustard, and that was just great. I loved it. And she got to teach somebody one of her words, some Lakota. DRB, Dakota River Bend. Exactly, Kira. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, the DRB is the Dakota River Bend community is a on the Radium platform, and it's a mod for Red Dead Redemption 2. Bye, Orchid. You have a good one. Thank you so much for stopping by, hun. Actually, you are absolutely right, JP. Let me just go ahead and snack on that. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, yum. There we go. But yeah, it's a cat. The DRB, the Dakota River Bend, is a casual RP server. Um, so it is really fun. Did I put SRB? I did. Thank you so much. I will fix that after the stream. There is somebody riding really close to me. That's actually odd because normally I never hear anything when I'm over here. Very, very, very quiet. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. 'Cause I hadn't even noticed it when I done it. Let me reload the camp here to get my camp. There's our campfire. See, now our little camp looks like an actual camp. Oh, you do? Well, pleasure to meet a fellow DRBer. Yeah, I play several characters over here on the DRB. Of course, Shifting Spirit, my newest little one, Ainurauco, and Rosalind, otherwise known as Creeper. Getting me something to drink. Give me just a second. What am I hearing? Is that? Oh, that's. I was like, what am I hearing? It's Runswood wind over there in the grass or in the bushes. All right, so let's go ahead and make a drop off here. I do not want to cook. I have plenty of food and stuff. Go ahead and pop some storage. I'm gonna drop those baked beans off. I'm gonna keep that sandwich. Jonathan Cooper gave me a fish sandwich, and I refused to eat it because that was just so awesome. Jonathan Cooper, of course, is the traveling chef that travels around the DRB, cooking tons of food. He does stream over on Twitch, so always make sure, if you know who that is, Jason Winters. So make sure you check him out and give him a follow. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and pop our berries. You know what? Just so I don't accidentally eat it, I'm going to put that right there. Along with that bottle of moonshine I somehow managed to get that this little girl will never drink. She does not drink alcohol. And some wet bud. Yeah, yeah. My little native girl is getting cannabis. I guess she's going to start a peace pipe. And some seeds. Where did I take? She smoking a piece of... Oh, I need those. Pop that mint there. And peyote. Yeah, this trip was really good for her because everything she collected was a drug. Oh, I can tell you exactly which character you met. And that would have been Rosalind. With the family. Because Ani has never met your character. So yeah, it was definitely Rosalind. Yeah, and I do have a oh, I have a thank you. I actually hate my voice, but thank you. Yeah, there's no way to disguise this voice. It is very, very unique and specific. So, and it's funny because now with Shifting Spirit, I use voice mod to change her voice. Um, but with Ani and Rosalind, they actually look similar, very similar. There's only one physical difference between them. That Rosalind has a scar on the side of her face um, from a wolf attack, and that's why she wears a mask to cover that up. Because the wolves that attacked her in her backstory, the wolves that attacked the sled, the winter Christmas sled that the horses were pulling through the woods with her and her parents, the wolves attacked it. The horses scared the horses off, slashed her face because she tried to defend her parents, and then when she woke up, her parents were gone and there was just blood everywhere. So the wolves ate her parents. That's what caused her to become from a prima donna into a psychopathic killer that hears voices and argues with them and loses, which is hilarious. Um, but yeah, they both have the same look, the same voice, same build, and people often mistake Rosalind for Honoruko. Um, Especially if she dresses in disguise, they think it's Enruko, just dressing down or something from her white outfit. And she has gotten, uh, because people have spoke to Rosalind, and then they'll be like, uh, are you Ani? And, like, because they sound it and that pisses her off. This has caused her to actually hate Honoruko. Uh, she doesn't know anything about her. She just hates the person already because instead of people going, oh, it's Rosalind. Hey, how are you doing? They're like, oh, you're Ani. And like, I don't know who the bitch is, but I hate her. So, yeah, it's actually very, very funny. Okay, so. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, well, that's got our inventory cleared out. Where's. No, wrong button. Horse, run to his wind. Or as Shifting Spirit would say, run to its wind, come. Because she speaks English, but it's very broken. I still don't know, have no clue how I got a meat pie. But alright, everybody, that is where we're going to call her little adventure for the night. Fortunately, I do have to eat some supper and get ready. Yes, I have to eat some supper and get ready for psychopathic Rosalind or Honoruko. I'm not sure which one I'm going to be playing the rest of the night. I know Honoruko has a minor appointment with a Mr. Mancuso, and Rosalind has an appointment with every law officer in every town that she can find and see if they'll get her to leave town. It's become a game for her now. I mean, she's always going to leave if they ask her to leave. But if they just say, take off the mask, her exact words are always going to be, not going to happen. You didn't ask her to leave, you asked her to take a mask off. But she's also not going to quit trotting around town. You have to catch her and catch up to her. Say, hey, you either take the mask off or you're going to have to leave town. And she's like, well, that's easy. I'm leaving town. She's not gonna purposely fight with the law unless the law makes her have to. They're like, look, take off the mask or you're going to jail. That don't scare her at all. She could care less about going to jail. What is that going to do? Start giving her a reputation? That's exactly what she's trying to do. But it's like, take the mask off or leave town. All right, I'm leaving town because I'm not taking the mask off. But she does have a permit request in with the government. She is trying to do it legally. That's why she's not fighting with the law. She's abiding by the law. Now she did, I think, piss a cop off in Valentine today because she found a loophole that they could not get out of. And the loophole was she was riding around town. I was actually posting stuff up on the flea market, taking stuff out of the bank, putting those. I was moving back and forth, checking Telegram. I was doing normal business. wasn't even really RPing. Cop asked her, said, "Hey, you take." She was sitting in the saloon at the time eating, and nice little lady cop. Yeah. Nice little lady cop walks, says, "Can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, do you have a permit for your mask? At that point, I knew exactly where the conversation was going. I knew exactly what was fixing to happen because it's happened to Rosalind for the last 3 or 4 days. And I was like, no, I do not have a permit for this mask. And I was really nice and polite because she was being nice and polite. She's like, well, with the new changes that have come around by the government, unless you have a permit, it's unlawful and illegal to wear a mask in town. I mean, she approached it beautifully. It's not like, you're going to have to take that off. It's illegal. No, she explained why she was fixing to say what she was about to say. So at that point, she took all the steam out of my argument. You know, I'm like, okay, this is somebody that is really good at their job of a police officer, and they're making sure to RP this to leave out any loopholes. I'm like, she's like, and she told me that and said, well, I'm not going to take the mask off, so I should assume at this point that you're going to ask me to leave town. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up, say thank you, I'm going to walk to my horse, and I'm going to ride right outside the city limit. And she's like, thank you so much for that. And so I got up, got on Cerebus. This is Valentine, and here's the loophole. The city limits end at the train track. So I rode on the other side of the train track, propped up against the power pole, and just stared in the telegraph office. You wouldn't believe how many people would come up to the telegraph, and I would see them walk up to the window and see me staring in the window with two long arms on my back, and I'd see them get on their horse and just leave. It was freaking hilarious. It was like I was scoping the place out or something. But see, I wasn't actually causing any trouble. I was just having a little bit of fun. Not like the guy that I hogtied and left laying on top of the heater in the Valentine Saloon the other day when Jimbo was fighting. So yeah. And then allegedly, I have been informed I have to include the word allegedly when I say this, and I was allegedly suspected of throwing dynamite around Valentine. I did not, but it looked really, really bad because right after I hogtied the guy in Valentine's Saloon, and it's because he basically called me the B word, or he treated me like the B word, we'd all took a break from watching Jimbo fight and went into the saloon to get stuff to eat. And this guy walks up and goes, what's your name? Okay, first of all, you never walk up to somebody and ask them their name. You walk up to somebody and introduce yourself. You give them your name, and then you ask for their name back. He didn't do that. And I said, well, what's your name? Because I wasn't telling him who I was. He told me his name, couldn't remember, didn't matter. He said, well, what are you doing? I said, well, currently I'm standing in a saloon getting asked 20 questions by a guy while I starved to death. And he's like, oh, you can go now. Excuse me? I can go now like I'm some little four-legged animal? So I hog-tied him, threw him on top of the heater that was lit, and walked out of the saloon. And right after that, some other people were down by the fighting ring trying to play keep hot potato with dynamite stick as I rode up on Cerebus. yeah, that's what people usually do. But as I rode up on Cerebus, it just so happened that everybody that was in the area that would be able to look at the fighting ring could only see me. They couldn't see the other 4 people that were throwing dynamite at each other. All they saw was me. And, well, I mean, I had just hogtied somebody in the saloon, and now dynamite's going off, and I'm the only one there. So, yeah, I allegedly got suspected of trying to blow up Valentine. Which I probably would have done if I had thought about it. So, yeah. That's Rosalind's adventures. And all I'm trying to do is figure out ways to build up her reputation a little bit without doing a lot of nefarious deeds. I mean, she has maybe or maybe not been involved in a few illicit borrowing of items from bank type establishment. And she may or may not have been involved with fire bottles and people burning to death. I mean, maybe, just maybe, I don't know. But I'm just trying to work to get her a little bit more well known without getting sent to Siska. So yeah. But anyway, it is 4 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time where I'm at because I am in the Southeast United States, which you probably noticed from the outrageous Southern accent that I have sometimes. I try not to let it get too much, but trust me, if I get excited, you will hear the words winder, yeller, tomato, things like that. You'll hear that come out of my mouth, and I try not to. But that's just me. But I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. I hope everybody had fun. Remember, if you see any of my characters in game, do not hesitate to walk up, come up and say hi. Just remember, keep it within the game. So, if I ask, well, how do you... Yes, I'm in Central. But feel free to talk to any of my characters. Just remember, all you have to do is say things. If I ever ask, well, how do you know who I am? Because if I don't know you, just say, oh, well, I saw a twinkle one night. I'll know exactly what you mean. And that doesn't break anything. At that point, we can do introductions and get to know, our characters can get to know each other. That way it stays within the rules. If you're in the DRB, of course, you already know all of this. So, but if you're thinking about joining the DRB, everybody I've ever met has been helpful. Even the criminals are helpful. Rosalind will reverse rob you in a heartbeat. Swear of it. Stick a gun in your face, make you put your hands up. Instead of taking stuff out of your pocket, I put stuff in your pocket. It's called a reverse robbery. That's how you help new people, break them into, the darker side of DRB, the criminal activity. Just know that Rosalind does hear voices and talks to them, and they're usually right. Hopefully they don't want to eat you. She will, but they won't. Of course, Ainurauco hears his shifting spirit. Be more than happy to walk up and say, hey, who are you? Starts the conversation up. And then once they get to know each other, if you want to say, hey, I saw a twinkle, go for it. If not, you don't even have to let me know. Like Bill Mustard. If I ever see that guy again, I love him. That is, the way he plays his character is phenomenal. There's members of the family that I'm friends. I am actually, Rosalind is a member of the family. One of the biggest gangs. They're super nice people. Yeah. The family is actually really nice people. Just don't cross them, because they will eat you, literally. Rosalind will eat your heart. I think she'll probably have to fight Kitty for the heart, though. Eyeball is always a great meal snack. And Ainurauco is a mystery investigator. If you've seen any of my videos on Red Dead Redemption mystery series that I do here called White Hair Investigation, that's Ainurauco. That's who she is in the DRB also. That exact same person. So feel free to contact any of them. But until later, hey Gibson, you made it just in time to hear my goodbye. But glad you can make it, hon. But yeah, if you're in the DRB, feel free to do that. Don't forget, White Hair Investigation videos here on YouTube, where I investigate all of the different mysteries of Red Dead, from IKZ all the way to a 9-part series that I did on the Strange Man's Cabin and the theories of Strange Man. I did, I think, like a 6-part series on the entire Wapiti Indian lore, all the way from the Indian burial ground to the reservation, to the fact that they did not go to Canada. They went to New Austin, and there's proof, and that's in all of my videos. So make sure and check those out. Until then, oh yeah, perfect timing. You get to walk in the door as I'm walking out the door. So that means you have to hold it open for me because you're a gentleman. or a gentle lady, whichever the case may be. But everybody have a great night. Remember, because you know, if you've listened to any of my streams, I always end them the exact same way, and most people never figure out exactly what I mean by it. But it's the fact that White Hair Investigations is actually a pun of Alice in Wonderland and the White Rabbit. So yeah, that's where white hair comes from. Not the fact that most of my characters have white hair, H-A-I-R. It's white hair, H-A-R-E. So it's a pun off of Alice in Wonderland. And a saying that was in an old movie: be careful chasing rabbits, because they have really small rabbit holes. We have really big heads. You might get stuck, and it might be a foxhole. So until I talk to everybody next time, have a great night, day, afternoon, morning, season, week, year, millennial, whatever. Have a great one. And everybody, talk to you later. Bye-bye.